Normal people are leaving Twitter, or X, and they're migrating to Blue Sky. Elon Musk has absolutely ruined Twitter. He has destroyed it, or X. I'm just going to call it Twitter. He's ruined it. Nobody wants to spend time there anymore. Even if you're centrist or perhaps even a little right-leaning, if you don't like having pro-Trump propaganda shoved down your throat 24/7, even after the election, keyword especially after the election, then you're going to find Twitter an inescapably hellish place now. So across the board, we're seeing a mass exodus from Twitter. And where are they going? Well, they're going to the original creator of Twitter's new platform, Blue Sky. I do have a Blue Sky account, by the way. Let me check what it's called really fast. It's xanderhall.bluesky.social. There should be a link in the description of the stream and my videos. If there's not, I'll add it. So yeah, go follow me on Blue Sky. Apparently I already have nearly 2,000 followers on there. Holy crap, I've posted like 3 things. What the heck? Oh, good job, guys. Thank you. Follow me on Blue Sky, I guess. But people are leaving Twitter, and frankly, I could not be happier to see it. I really do hope that outside of using Twitter to gain control of the government, this purchase ends up being a massive loss for him. The ex-Twitter exodus to Blue Sky explained by Forbes, of all places. X, the site formerly known as Twitter, has been bleeding users and advertisers since Elon Musk took over the site and made many unpopular changes. Excuse me. The slow migration has exploded into an exodus to Blue Sky, a competing microblogging platform that now boasts 20 million users. To give you an idea, it jumped from like a few million to 20 million since the election results came out. With a large number of celebrities and news publishers leading the way. I will say as well, one of the big reasons why I've fully dropped Twitter and have no reason to use it anymore and I'm fully on Blue Sky now, is the Hightail devs all went to Blue Sky. And they all deactivated their Twitters. When the devs of the most anticipated game, one of the most anticipated games ever, but certainly my most anticipated game, are dropping Twitter and moving to Blue Sky, you know that's where it's actually popping off. It's not just like a political thing to leave the site. Like, the site's just genuinely gotten so unusably bad. It's not the site anymore. It's not the it thing like it used to be. It's going to die off. It's going to be seen as the next boomer slot platform, just like Facebook became. Blue Sky is essentially a Twitter clone founded by former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, who has since cut ties with the company. Blue Sky is currently run by software engineer Jay Graber. As a text-based social media site, Blue Sky offers an almost identical experience to Twitter, but with a few interesting tweaks, such as giving users far greater control over what they see on their timeline with customized feeds. This is actually a really useful feature, and I love it. You can literally just, like, subscribe to feeds that you're interested in, or that your friends are interested in. So using Hightail as an example, there's a bunch of Hightail related feeds on Blue Sky. I've followed those. And so now I can just like click on that and see every Hightail related thing on that particular feed. If I have like a it's super cool. You can have a politics news related feed and you just look through nothing but politics related news. It's so sick, dude. It kind of steers away from what a lot of big tech platforms have tried to do, which is sort of streamline every user into like just watching the same popular content. Like if YouTube could have it their way, everyone would just be watching Mr. Beast. Everyone would just be watching Jake Paul and Logan Paul. No one would be wasting their time watching smaller creators with less than like 50 million subscribers. There'd be less money they'd have to pay to individual people, and they'd be able to make more money off of ads sold on that content. And so because of that, Twitter and a lot of social media platforms boost the most clickable content, and they want everyone to see it. They push it on everyone instead of the more personalized algorithms that used to be the norm years and years ago. Several Hollywood celebrities have since moved to Blue Sky, such as Stephen King, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lily Wachowski, Guillermo del Toro, Ben Stiller, Lizzo, Mara Wilson, George Takei, Quinta Brunson, Mark Hamill, and Weird Al Yankovic. The opportunity to interact with real celebrities once made Twitter stand out from the competition, but it's unclear if Hollywood's finest still wield the same clout today. The internet has changed a lot in the last decade, and so has the public perception of celebrities. Yeah, I wonder if, like, There's also the factor that the site being smaller now, like, my buddy Ethan had his reply to one of the Terraria. The Terraria creator is on Blue Sky now. The creator of Terraria, Redigit? I don't know how his name is pronounced. But he tweeted a picture of his dog, and my buddy Ethan /editor replied to it, and the creator of Terraria liked his tweet. And it was just like, no way. It was such a cool feeling. Because the site's still somewhat small. I know it's 20 million users, but it's still growing. And so all these big figures jumping over, it means that you've got a much higher chance of actually engaging with these large public figures like on the site, rather than it being like you as one of 5 or 10,000 replies in a sea of bots. Influencers from outside the entertainment industry have proved to be talented, intuitive content creators, able to attract huge, dedicated followings without the help of Hollywood. Indeed, some X users have joked that the site will only improve as the celebrities leave. Of course, I'm sure they are not coping right now. In fact, the right online are so not coping right now that, do you know what they're doing? They're going to Blue Sky. This is probably one of the most notable examples. The Quartering has made a Blue Sky account. Obviously, he's gaining very few followers, which is hilarious. Just looking at how little engagement he gets is hilarious. Hi, triggered libs. Hello, haters. Tons of conservatives making accounts, and of course getting banned, off of Blue Sky, trying to chase the normal people, and particularly the lefties, to Blue Sky to fuck with them. Now, I've talked about this a lot, but there's nothing about progressive politics that necessitates or mandates an obsession or a desire to fuck with conservatives, right? Like, most progressives seek out the ability to create spaces in which they never have to engage with conservatives. Now, conservatives frame this as being in an echo chamber, afraid to debate your ideas, but most progressives are not out there looking to debate their ideas. The ones who are, trust me, these people won't debate. But with these conservatives, they always need to seek out progressives. They don't want to be left alone. They love to victimize themselves and claim that they're the ones who are just trying to live their lives, be left alone. They just want to do what they want to do, enjoy what they want to enjoy. But nonetheless, more often than not, they're constantly chasing down lefties and normal people on other platforms and in private discords and their chats and their streams and trying to fuck with them. A particular tenet of conservative politics is to fuck with progressives. And not only that, but to delight in nothing more than the suffering and the unhappiness of progressives. It's very crucial to their politics, but it's something that we don't share. We don't need the right to be there and molding for the left to have, like, an existence. Why are Twitter users fleeing the site, though? X has undergone hugely consequential changes under the ownership of Elon Musk. One of the most controversial has been the watering down of the block function. This change is awful. Frankly, I don't even want to see tweets from people that I've blocked, and now you do. It's like, okay, so now people who have me blocked, I see their tweets on my timeline. I don't even want to see the tweets from people that blocked me. Like, why? It just sucks now. There's no reason to use Twitter anymore. No matter who you are. Especially if you're just someone who doesn't want to get, like, stalked, online. You don't want to use Twitter anymore. What would you do if Martha Stewart smacked you in the back of the head while you were sitting on a train? I think I'd have to yell equal rights, equal lefts, and then do something crazy. Make myself famous. Critics have argued that the change will lead to harassment and embolden stalkers. Just what I just said. But blocking is just the latest in a long line of unpopular changes. Twitter's blue check marks were once a stamp of authenticity, but were changed from a verification tool to a paid subscription, with paid subscribers now algorithmically boosted. Their replies automatically placed in the top row of comments, regardless of how inane or dull they may be. Content moderation on X has still all but disappeared, and bigotry has become exceedingly common. The culture on the site is now closer to 4chan than older Twitter. Bots of all kinds now flood the site, posting content, clogging the comments with porn and meaningless ChatGPT drivel. Here's an example that got 111,000 likes. Dude, I opened a discussing film post on Blue Sky and was genuinely flabbergasted that I wasn't immediately met with 50 bot replies. There were actually real people— oh, this isn't a bot tweet. There were actually real people in there saying things relevant to the post they were replying to. Yeah, people are taking, like, even just the chance with Blue Sky, and posts on Twitter about Blue Sky being better are getting over 100,000 likes. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that bad for Twitter. Damn. The normies are done with how awful the site has gotten. And that's— I'm not even talking about the political drivel, just the bots everywhere. I've seen a bunch of videos lately as well talking about how Twitter is literally just the dead internet theory 100% true in reality in front of us. Half or more of what we see posted on Twitter on a daily basis is very clearly posted by bots. Is Twitter really dying, though? Yes and no. Well, yes, but actually no. Despite Twitter's ever-increasing hostility to users, the site once known as Twitter is still in a cultural hotbed of discourse. The terrible toxicity seems integral to the site's addictiveness, each swipe of the app like inhaling a strong cigarette or gulping a shot of absinthe. Dedicated users can't seem to stop logging in. Even before Musk's takeover, Twitter was a pretty toxic place, a deranged arena of sharp tongues and misinterpreted sentences that regularly sparked absurd conversations and controversies. That is true, but back then, it was more lighthearted. Now it's a lot more cold and, like, I don't know. I feel like there can only be so many more of these, right? Before it's like, okay, yeah, Twitter's fucked, you know? Like, how many times can Twitter have a mass exodus of users before there's nothing but bots left? How long can the site coast off of nothing but bots? Even watching Musk fiddle with the site's engine in real time can be entertaining, like watching a train slowly detach from its tracks, sure to crash, to crumple into a heap of molten metal at any point. The peak of Twitter isn't an easy thing to recreate. The site has been fermenting in memes for years, and it has always given a disproportionate amount of attention from journalists and content creators. X's cultural power is diminishing, but it hasn't gone away entirely. Perhaps it never will. There are still gemstones hiding in the dirt for those willing to get their hands dirty. Blue Sky still has a long way to go before it can build up the unique culture that once made Twitter such a powerhouse. And there's no guarantee that a microblogging site will ever have that kind of influence again. Plus, Blue Sky has plenty of competition. Threads and Mastodon are Twitter clones too, but with their own benefits and drawbacks. While YouTube and TikTok are leading the pack, defining the current internet era as video-based rather than text-based, for the time being, Blue Sky is a fairly peaceful oasis, away from the slow-motion car crash that is X. We'll see if the site can be the next Twitter or carve out a new identity entirely. I think the fact that the right is now desperately chasing, like, progressives over to Blue Sky to troll them is a pretty good sign of the fact that Twitter is dying for real, and Blue Sky is hoovering up a lot of users. This actually kind of ties into that video I made a little while ago. Their families and friends hate them now. It blew up. It was just me going over some stories about conservatives who have had meltdowns over the fact that their friends and families are cutting them off after they voted for Trump. And they don't like that Trump won. They don't like that their friend voted for Trump and they're getting cut off. Some cases, it's even family. And it's a bunch of conservatives melting down about it. The video blew up. And I think the reason that video blew up is because a lot of progressives have felt the sentiment and didn't know exactly how to put it into words, but I did in that video. And the sentiment is, they want us in their lives. They want us around them. They want us to want to be around them, but they do not want to respect us. They do not want to be polite or have any manners towards us, and they don't even want to treat us like humans or have any regard for our opinion. They want us around for no other reason than to attack, and then when we choose to not be around them anymore, when we choose to make our own spaces, they melt down. And I think a lot of progressives have felt this, and they've been very frustrated by it because the right loves to lie and say they just want to be left alone, they just want to do their thing, they just want to escape the woke mob. And it's so blatantly disingenuous that when you're a progressive and you hear someone just say it how it is, it's an attractive thing. And I think that's a big reason why that video got so big in just a couple days. Regardless, though, if you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like. Every single thumbs up, whether it be on my live stream right at this moment or after the fact on my video when it goes up on its own, really does help to boost my stuff in the algorithm and ensure that it gets out into new people's eyes. Same goes for comments as well. Liking and commenting is huge. It helps immensely. Thank you to everybody who does that, seriously. And of course, don't forget, if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video. And don't forget to follow my social medias, linked down below in the description, including, of course, my Blue Sky. And of course, do not forget to join my fan Discord as well. It is totally free to join. It is the main hub of my fan base and community. And on top of that, once a week, at least once a week on Fridays, I host gaming events, call-in streams, or watch parties in my Discord. So if you want to be a part of like community events like that, where you get to hang out with me and do fun stuff, then join the Discord server. It's great. And finally, if you want to support me directly and you can afford it and you feel like it, consider supporting me financially by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me financially through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, StreamElements, Patreon, or buying merch, the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, though, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.